Hi everyone, George here, and it's finally time to show you what I've been working on in my 4x4 lap. I present to you the ultimate camping setup for a pickup truck, with a bedroom on top, a kitchen at the rear, living space on one side, and even the bathroom on the other. There is a lot going on, so let's not waste any more time and jump straight into it. Before we get started, keep in mind that in this video we will only be taking a closer look at the camping setup. The canopy, the drawers, the water setup, 12-volt, rooftop tent and so on. If you want to learn more about the off-road mods of the Luxy, such as the bull bar and suspension and tires and the like, there is another video on the channel that you can watch by clicking the pop-up banner up there. So, if you have watched my trip from Texas with the Hilux, you will know that I had the Air B hardtop. It was made of fiberglass, and in order for it to fit my needs, I would have to buy internal reinforcement so it can carry the rooftop tent and all the extra weight on top. I would have to buy side windows so you can access the truck bed from the sides, and so on and so on. It was getting pretty expensive. And I also wanted a hardtop that is built like a truck, not like a boat. So I just decided to get a brand new all aluminum canopy from Rhinoman. This one offers the strength and durability that you will need on the truck. It doesn't rest on the truck bed, instead it is attached to the 4 cargo anchor points of the truck bed and can easily carry the weight of the rooftop tent. There is also the optional mesh on the rear window for extra security. On the side you can opt for up to 4 shelf units, so you can really take this build in many different directions. I have only gotten one cargo shelf, which is on the other side, where I keep my recovery gear, my straps, shackles and various tools. The hardtop didn't come with any lighting, so I added LED strips on all sides, right here at the edge of the windows and internally. One is in white color and the other is red, so it doesn't attract so many bugs. However, when using the red light, everything appears red, which I don't really like that much, so I might consider changing that one to amber. But we'll see. Moving on to the drawers, the main setup here. I have a single tall drawer on the left and a smaller drawer on the right with a fridge that slides and sits on top. The big one has a movable countertop that serves to provide some additional working area. And when you slide it to the side, you have internal dividers that help keep everything organized. So what do I have here? At the front, I keep food-related stuff like spices and pasta and so on. The next section is all about water. In my case, I have put the hoses, we have the shower head, foldable sink, soap and similar. Further back, I keep everything that I don't use that much often, such as spare parts and liquids. And the third, well, think of everything that doesn't fit in the rest. So, where do I put the camping table? Think about it. When you stop at camp, the table and chairs are probably the first things you want to take out of the car, but the table is usually buried under everything else that you are carrying. Well, on this setup, the table is easily accessible right here. You just pull out the drawer a bit and there you have it. You are ready to set up the table. The table has a stainless steel top and all aluminum frame and legs. It's made by the guys over at Advanced Adventures that not only did the table but the drawer setup according to my preferences, and even the bathroom that I'm going to show you in a bit. So I will leave their contacts in the description if you want to get in touch with a project of yours. On the right we have the fridge that slides open like this, and it is a 12-volt compressor fridge that can also be a freezer from Alpico, a Chinese brand. I was considering more premium brands like the Matic and Angel, you know, the such, but they're pretty much 3 times the price and they'll still do the same thing: keep the beer ice cold. And this one has an LG compressor, so I think it will do the job. There is a shorter drawer under the fridge that extends further. Here we have the cooking area. On the front there is a twin gas stove, and right behind it I have made a tarp bag that holds my pots and pans and all sorts of kitchen utensil in an easily accessible place right next to the stove burner. The trusted cast iron pan is here, which is actually 2-part. So these 2 pans can form a pot that, because it's cast iron, I can not only use them on the stove, but I can also throw them on the campfire. Very good, these cast iron utensils. So let's take a look surrounding the fridge. Surrounding the fridge I have an aluminum cage. It not only helps to keep the fridge clear of everything else that I carry at the back, but it also is sturdy enough so it can help you keep things organized. For instance, on one side I have the ladder that is for the rooftop tent because it doesn't fit inside the tent. On top I have mounted my bowl cut saw. At the back I have a gas bottle, and it really gives you the opportunity to better organize the space around your fridge. Moving on the left side of the 2 drawers I have placed the waterworks. So this side is all about water. There is a quick connection for a long hose here, which has the adjustable shower head with a variety of modes that can serve both the dishes that we do here and the shower on the side. I don't want to get into too much detail in this video, but in a nutshell, there is a 70-liter water tank behind the drawers, but I can also fit a 90-liter tank if I have to there. So it sits against the back of the tub, having the weight nicely low and center on the vehicle, the way it should be. Again, on the left side of the drawers there is a 12-volt water pump followed by 2 filters. One is a 5-micron activated carbon filter that filters pretty much everything and improves the water taste. And the other one is ultrafiltration, meaning it's a 0.5 micron membrane that removes even small bacteria and viruses, making the water really clean and safe even for drinking. All the electrical work is placed on the right side of the drawers. From here I can turn on the fridge, I can turn on the water pump, I can command all the lights that we have installed on the canopy, and of course I also have a triple USB and a cigarette lighter that I can charge various devices. I can also see the water level in the tank from here. On top I have easy access to all the fuses, so if something goes wrong I can easily just take a look and easily replace them. Powering the rear setup of the vehicle is a 100 amp lithium iron phosphate battery that sits behind the switches. It receives power from both the main battery under the bonnet as well as a solar panel that I have mounted on the rooftop tent. It's actually a very simple setup, and we will talk about how you can make a dual battery setup like this for your vehicle in another video. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for that. Now, call it a bathroom, call it a toilet, call it a changing room, but I'm sure you will agree you need some privacy every now and then. And when you have it already attached to the rooftop tent, it's really easy to use and really quick to set up. Just let me show you real time how much it takes. You just open the zipper, release the two straps, and all that's left to do is extend one arm, extend the other, and there you have it. The bathroom. I wanted it 1 meter by 1 meter, and I still think this is the perfect size after I have tested it on the track for some time. It is not too long or too big to hinder you when going off-road in any way, and it is not too small that you feel confined when you go inside and do your business. And let me tell you, a privacy space like this is invaluable in many situations. For example, you go to camp and there are already people there, or you're in a more busy spot. It is always nice to have. Let's move on to the other side. On this side we have the awning. I have gone for a regular 250 by 250 centimeter side awning mounted on the roof rails over the canopy. It's where we spend most of our time, because I just pop the window, turn on the light, and we just sit here on the table. In addition, I have bought these side walls that you have the option for some real insulation from the elements when the weather is really bad, because you just enclose the awning from all sides and you have practically a room. You see, I was considering a 270-degree awning that also covers the back of the Hilux, but they're all way too expensive compared to a side awning. If you want a freestanding 270-degree awning, then the price really skyrockets. And the construction is really heavy, really bulky to be mounted so high on the vehicle. I reckon a regular side awning is with the side walls is all you ever need if you don't want to break your budget. Over the canopy rests the bedroom. It is the Wildland Desert Cruiser rooftop tent from Drifta. And what can I say? It has a lot of pros, but also has a lot of cons that we should probably discuss in more detail in a separate video. But for now, why did I choose this particular rooftop tent? Well, first of all, it's hardshell. Unlike softshell tents, as a rule of thumb, hardshell ones are more durable and longer lasting, especially the aluminum hardshell ones like this one, because you can also have the fiberglass option. The aluminum ones are more durable on impact for driving, let's say, tough overgrown tracks. Most importantly, hardshell rooftop tents are quicker and easier to set up. The way I camp is that I travel from one place to the next every night and stay for one night only. This means I set up the tent every night and pack it down in the morning. For me, especially on longer trips, convenience is key. Then we have the weight issue. Having a rooftop tent increases your weight up high on top of the vehicle, resulting in poor handling due to a high center of gravity. It compresses your suspension more, and it increases your fuel consumption. So you have to consider the weight when getting a rooftop tent. At about 60 kilos, this is one of the lightest aluminum tents I could find on the market. Last but not least, I picked this one for its aerodynamics. You see, Alucap, Easy On, James Barrow, iCamper, they are all over 30 centimeters tall when compact. So this one is thin. It is only 16 centimeters in height, which reduces the wind drag, which improves your overall fuel economy and keeps the height of the vehicle lower, which comes in handy in so many situations. In addition, I have replaced the stock mattress inside with a self-inflatable one, and it has been very comfortable. I also keep the sleeping bags inside as well as the pillows that are also inflatable ones, because I wouldn't be able to close down the tent with regular pillows. So what do you think about the setup? I'm pretty happy with it now, and I wanted to test it for a couple of months and make some changes before showing it to you guys. And I think I have covered pretty much everything in the video, but let me know in the comments below if you need me to touch on something more in the following videos. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and consider buying me a beer on Patreon. Take care.